Hi friends, in this video lecture I am going to explain compound interest and some basic problems of that. Okay. So first of all you should know what is compound interest. So compound interest, it is extension part of the simple interest. For example, my principal amount P is 1000, okay, 1000, and the rate of interest R is 10% per annum, and I am depositing it for 10 years. So it is very easy to find the simple interest calculation. So the simple interest calculation, it will be principal amount into the rate of interest into the number of years divided by 100. So it would be 1000 rupees. So the amount after the end of 10 years, I'll get 2000. This is nothing but the amount is simple interest plus the principal amount, which I taught you in the previous lecture, simple interest. Okay, so amount is 2000. This is what I'll receive after at the end of 10 years, right? This is for simple interest. So compound interest is a little bit a simple interest, the extension form of that. So for example, for the first year, for year 1, the simple interest will be 1000 rupees into 10% into 1 year divided by 100. So it could be 100 rupees. What they are doing is, for the year 2, they consider this 100 simple interest along with the principal amount, the 1100 rupees as the principal amount. They add the simple interest which we are getting after the 1 year. They add this amount to the principal amount. They consider that amount as a principal. So it will be 1100 into 10 into 1, because we are calculating only for 1 year. So it would be 110 rupees. So in the year 3, they'll add this 1010 with the principal amount. So it will be 1110 into 10 into 1 divided by 100. Hope you understand. So what they are doing is, each year they are finding the simple interest. They are consider the simple interest along with the principal amount, and the total principal amount with the simple interest will be the principal amount for the next year. They'll proceed in such a way that we are getting this formula. The end of the year, the amount will be P into 1 plus R by 100 the whole power n. So in this particular problem, it would be 1000 into 1 plus R is 10, and the whole power n is 10. Okay, so it will be 1000 into 100 plus 10 divided by 10, the whole power 10. So 1000 into 110 divided by 10, the whole power 10. So it is 100. So it will be 1.1. So 1000 into 1.1 the whole power. So we have to find the value of 1000 into 1.1 the whole power 10. So that will be 2.5937. So this value will be 2593.7. So it is approximately 2594. So in simple interest, you'll get 2000 rupees. In compound interest, you'll get 2594, because we are considering the interest rate along with the principal for each year, and we are calculating. Okay. So always the compound interest gives the maximum benefit compared to the simple interest. So these are the basic formula for compound interest. A is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 the whole power n, and Ci is equal to A minus P, that is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 the whole power n minus 1, and n is equal to log A minus log B divided by log of 1 plus R by 100, and R is equal to 100 into A by P the whole power 1 by n minus 1. So we know what are these notations. A is amount, P is principal amount, R is rate of interest, and n is number of years. So I am going to explain some 7 to 6 problems based on this compound interest that would help you to understand the compound interest concept clearly. Okay. So the first problem, to find the compound interest. Suppose they are giving the principal amount and number of years and rate of interest. Then how will you find the compound interest for half-yearly calculation, quarterly calculation, and yearly calculation? Solution. So I am writing the given content. So P is 2500. This is what I know. Okay. And N is 4 years and R is 8%. So I am having three different divisions. The first part is half yearly. Half yearly. So when you think about half yearly, they are calculating the interest for first 6 months, okay, and they'll calculate the interest amount, and they add this interest amount along with the principal amount. They'll get another principal amount, right? So this principal amount will be act as a for the second half. That means second half year, right? So the number of years will increase and the rate of interest will decrease. So the P will be remaining same 2500 and N would be 4 into 2 because it is half yearly. You have to multiply N with 2. Okay. N multiply N with 2 and divide R by 2. So that is a small hint I am giving. So R is equal to 8 by 2, that will be 4. Okay. So now we are going to find the compound interest. They are asked us to find the compound interest. So the compound interest is CI is equal to A minus P, and that is P into 1 plus R by 100 the whole power N minus 1. So P is 2500, okay. 1 plus R is 4 divided by 100. The whole power N is 8 minus 1. So 1 into 100 will be 100. 100 plus 4 will be 104. 104 divided by 100 will be 1.04. So it would be 2500 into 1.04 the whole power 8 minus 1. So it will be 2500 into 1.3686 minus 1. So 2500 into 0.3686. The final answer is 921.428. This is the compound interest for half yearly calculation. Okay. Next we are moving to quarterly. So quarterly in the sense we are calculating once in a 3 months. So it will be 3 months once they'll calculate the interest. They consider the interest. They add the interest along with the principal amount and they'll consider that amount as the principal for the next quarter. Okay. So for quarterly, you have to multiply the n with 4 and divide the r by 4. So your P is the same 2500. Okay. And your N will be already you are having 4 years. So they are calculating quarterly. So it means that 1 year it will take 4 quarters. So for 4 years it will be 16 quarters. And R is 8 divided by 4. So that would be 2. So the compound interest formula is same. So it is P into 1 plus R by 100 the whole power N minus 1. P is 2500. 1 plus here R is 2. N is 16 minus 1. So it would be 2500. 1 into 100 will be 100. 100 plus 2 is 102. 102 divided by 100 is 1.02 the whole power 16 minus 1. So it is 2500 into 1.3728 minus 1 and it is 2500 into 0.3728. The final answer is 931.96 rupees. And next the third part is you have to calculate the compound interest for yearly. So for yearly, no need to change any years or in or rate of interest. So your P is equal to 2500 and N will be the 4 years which is given in the question. R is the same rate of interest 8. So the compound interest will be P into 1 plus R by 100 the whole power N minus 1 and P is 2500. 1 plus R is 8, 8 by 100 the whole power 4 minus 1, so which is equal to 2500 into 1.08 the whole power 4 minus 1, and that is 2500 into 1.3605 minus 1, so it would be 2500 into 0.3605, and the answer will be 901,222. So when you compare these answers, when you calculated the compound interest quarterly, that means 4 months once if they calculate the interest and they add with the principal, you will get benefit because that amount is 931. So in compound interest, you'll get 901.2224, and in for the yearly calculation, it would be 921.428. Okay. So we'll move to the next problem. To find the amount find A. Mr. X borrows rupees 1 lakh at 24% compounded monthly. Find the amount he has to repay at the end of 3 years. Solution. So he borrows 1 lakh rupees, that we consider as a principal amount. Okay, and they given that 24% of rate of interest, so R will be 24%, but they have mentioned that compounded monthly. So for a year, how many months is there? So it is 12, right? So your N will be 3 years. So years you have to convert it into monthly, so it will be 12. And in similar way, rate of interest have to be divided by 12 because they have given it as monthly, right? So the answer, the amount which we have to find, the amount formula is P into 1 plus R by 100, the whole power n. Yeah, P is 1 lakh. 1 plus R is simply 2. So it is 2 by 100, the whole power 36. So it will be 1 lakh. It is 1.02 the whole power 36. Because 1 into 100 will be 100 plus 2. So 102 divided by 100 will be 1.02. The whole power 36. That is equal to 263988.734 rupees. Okay. So this is the amount. We'll move to the next problem. To find the rate of interest or to find R, Mr. A deposits rupees 12,000 in XYZ Associates and gets rupees 27,566.93 at the end of 3.5 years. Find the rate of compound interest which the company pays per month. Okay, solution. Okay, so he deposits 12,000. So P is equal to 12,000. And he gets 27,566.93, that is amount. At the end of 3 years, so N is equal to 3.5 years, 3.5 years. Find the rate of compound interest. We have to find the rate of compound interest which the company pays per month. Okay, so R is equal to 100 into A by P the whole power 1 by N minus 1, which is equal to 100 into 27566.93 divided by 12000 the whole power 1 by 3.5 minus 1. So 100 will be there as it is. 27,566.93 divided by 12,000 would be 2.297. The whole power 1 divided by 3.5 will be 0.2857 minus 1, which is equal to 100 into 0.2682, and that is 26%, 26.52% rate of interest. Okay, so this is the final answer. We'll move to the next problem. to find the principal amount, that is to find P. Okay, so we just write what are the givens. What amount lent to 10% compound interest? So we have to find the amount which we have to give for 10% compound interest. So the R is 10%, will fetch 630 as interest. So it is a compound interest. So CA is 630 in 2 years. So N is equal to 2 years. So we know that the formula for CI. So CI is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100, the whole power N minus 1. And now we need to find P, which implies that Ci divided by 1 plus R by 100, the whole power N minus 1 is P. So Ci is 630. So 630 divided by 1 plus R is 10. 10 divided by 100, the whole power N is 2 minus 1, that is P. Okay, it is 630 divided by 1 into 100 will be 100, it is 110, so it will be 1.1 the whole power 2 minus 1. So we know that 1.1 will be 1.21, so 630 divided by 0.21, the answer will be 3000. So P is equal to rupees 3000. So to get 630 rupees as a compound interest within 2 years for 10% of compound rate of interest, you must invest or lend 3000 rupees. Okay, we'll move to the next problem. The difference between the compound interest and simple interest for 3 years at 5% per annum on a certain sum of money was rupees 610. Find the sum. So they have given the difference. We know very well that compound interest is the highest value than the simple interest. Okay. So the compound interest and simple interest difference is rupees 16 for 3 years with 5% rate of interest. Okay. So we have to find the sum, that is we have to find P. So we know the compound interest formula, that is P into 1 plus R by 100, the whole power N minus 1, and simple interest formula ENR divided by 100, and we know that is 16. In both the terms P is common, so I am taking that outside, so it would be 1 plus R by 100, the whole power N minus 1 minus NR by 100, that is equal to 16. So this will be 1 plus R is 5, the whole power 3 minus 1 minus 3 into 5 divided by 100 is equal to 16. So P into, this is 1.05, the whole power 3 minus 1 minus 0.15 is equal to 16. Okay, if you find 1.05 the whole power 3, it will be 16 divided by, okay, so it will be 1.15765 minus 1 minus 0.15. So the final answer will be 610 divided by 0.00765. It is approximately 79738.56 rupees. Okay, so when they give the question, in the question, if they give the compound interest and simple interest difference, then you have to consider the compound interest is the largest value. So compound interest minus simple interest, the value, and number of year and rate of interest, then do the calculation, you will get the amount. Okay, we'll move to the next problem. If a term deposit of rupees 12,500 yields and interest of rupees 5,088.75 at 10% compound interest compounded yearly, find the period of the term deposit. So now we are going to find the compounded interest. So the P is equal to 12,500. Okay, and rate compound interest is 5088.75 and R is equal to 10%. We have to find the number of years, right? We know the formula for the number of years. N is equal to log A minus log B, log A minus log B divided by log of 1 plus R by 100. So what is A? A is, we know that Ci is equal to A minus B. We have to find A. So Ci plus B is equal to A, and here Ci is 5088.75 and P is 12,500 and that is A. So 17,588.75, that is A. Okay, so log of 17588.75 minus log of 12,500 divided by log of 1 plus 10 by 100. So log of 17588.75, that is 4.2452 minus 4.09691 divided by log of this value 1 plus 10 divided by 100. If you take LCM, it will be 100 plus 10, so it is 1.1. Okay, log of 1.1 is 0.041393. So the final answer will be 3.58 years approximately. So within 3.58 years, the term deposit 12,500 will gives the compound interest of 5,088.75. Thank you, students. Hope you understand what is compound interest. If you learned basic formulas, it is very easy. Simply you read the question and understand what are the terms they have given and how to find the solution by using the formulas. Thank you. I'll meet you in the next video lecture.